Good afternoon all. Today I'm having a look at ThruNite's new TC10 torch. This one has a cool white LED, and this one is a single 18650 lithium ion cell model with in-torch recharging. So let's take a look inside the box. Here's the torch itself. Let's just see what else is in there. A user manual, a little pouch. Now importantly, this has a recharging lead, so it's USB type A to this miniature power DC jack, and then there's the selection of accessories including the strap there and some spare rubber parts, which is the end cap switch cover and an O-ring. So this is a tactically styled flashlight torch with aircraft grade black anodized aluminium. This anti-roll section here prevents it from rolling away. So at the head end we have a single Cree XM L2 LED, which can produce a maximum of 900 lumens, and a smooth reflector. Now this one is a two-switch design. There's an end switch for switching on and off, and there's a mode select switch, which also looks like it's probably illuminated as well. So let's undo the tail switch cap, ready for inserting the cell. That cap has the on-off switch built in. Now with this, ThruNite have also sent one of their U1 charger kits, which has a small charger and a single 18650 cell. So let's take a look inside there. So here we can see there's a 3400 milliamp hour 18650 cell, protected cell, and you can just see through the coating on this. I'll just get a close-up of that. Yes, underneath the covering you can just make out that it says it's an NCR 18650B, so that's a Panasonic cell. Now also in here there's a USB type A to micro connector, standard charging lead, and then here's the charger itself, which is sort of orange or bright yellow. Right, well I don't need the charger for the moment because the cell is probably about half charged, so let's put that in the flashlight and screw on the end cap and check out what it does. So when you switch the switch at the back end, it switches on in the last mode that you left it in. That appears to be Firefly, and then the little white switch here at the head puts it between the different modes: low, high, or medium, high. Now it says in the manual that there are 5 modes, but I'm only getting 4 at the moment. Let's have a look. So here it says 5 modes: Firefly, low, medium, high, and strobe. And down here it says Firefly, low, medium, high, and turbo, and long press for strobe. So let's see what we actually get. Now what I seem to be getting is Firefly, or very low, then medium, then high, and then a little bit higher still, which you might call turbo. So it's got 4 lighting levels: Firefly or low, medium, high, and turbo. Now strobe alert, I'm going to press and hold the switch, and that puts it into strobe mode, and then a single press brings it out to the previous mode. Now let's take a look at in-torch charging. That's done through this DC 5-volt jack. So if I lift that rubber flap, there's a little port there which takes the plug from the charging lead. So I'm going to plug that in now and plug it into my USB, and we'll see what the switch here, what colours it lights up in. Okay, so this is connected to my PC's USB. Let's plug that in, and we get a purple light. Let's see what the manual says. So for purple for the torches being charged, purple flashes for abnormal charging. This may be caused when there's no battery inside or the flashlight's not turned on. Please turn it on. So it does have to be turned on at the switch. Let's see what happens if we turn it off. So that flashes. Now let's just take the plug out a minute, switch it on. It's in Firefly mode, and then plug in the charging lead and see what happens. So when it's charging, it turns off the LED, but the torch itself does have to be switched on. Blue is for the battery is fully charged. Red means the battery is low at about 10%. Red flashes, the battery is very low, about 5%. If the light becomes red and flashes 3 times before dying when pressing the side switch, it means that the battery voltage is extremely low and needs to be charged. Now when the cable's plugged in and it's charging, the LED goes off, but it seems you can override that and go into Firefly and medium modes. It only has those 2 modes, but the manual actually suggests that you don't do that. It says here it's not suggested to use the flashlight while it's being charged to protect the light. However, the flashlight does retain Firefly and low mode under charging. So here are some specifications: a Cree XML2 with a lifespan of 20 plus years, a single 18650, 3 to 5 volts, 1 amp is the charging current. Now this working temperature, minus 20 degrees C to 40 degrees C, I'm going to test that, certainly at the low temperature end. Now I'm not sure that lithium cells like working at this sort of low temperature, but we'll see what happens. Strobe is 900 lumens, 4 hours in strobe because of course it's not on the whole time. High 900 lumens for 103 minutes, medium 6 hours, low 227 lumens for 6 hours, low 12 lumens 123 hours, and Firefly is 0.1 lumens for 83 days. And then we have beam intensity 21280 candelas, max beam distance 292 meters, impact resistance to 2 meters, you can drop it from 2 meters high, waterproof to IPX8, 1.5 meters submerged. I'm going to test that, and there's the weight and the dimensions. Now I'm guessing that for this to be completely waterproof, this charging port needs to be well and truly covered. That rubber thing seems to sort of click in there a little bit, so that should now be waterproof. Now for my extreme test, I'm going to have the flashlight switched on but in very low Firefly mode, and I'm going to drop it into this bottle, which I've very artistically cut the top off, of water. I've estimated how much displacement there'll be. Now I'm probably going to do this head first so that the head end of the torch is down, and then I'm going to put the whole thing in the freezer, so it's going to be subject to very low temperatures and probably also mechanical stresses as the water freezes and wraps itself around the torch, and we'll see whether it stays on, stays working, and what the outcome is. So let's just pop that in there, see if I've got this displacement right. Now, I could add a little bit more water to that so it just covers the tail end, and then it's going in the freezer. Now I just closed the blinds and I've got a mirror here, and you can see that the flashlight is on, the LED is on there. So off to the freezer and in it goes. So here I am in the freezer with the Haagen-Dazs and the ice cubes. It's very dark in here. In fact, I can, oops, no, the water's coming out. Thought I could use the torch to illuminate the inside of the freezer, but not very well. So I'm choosing this location to place it in. And there it is. You can see very clearly that it's still lit up. So we'll leave it in there. Now it's going to take several hours, I'd have thought, and then I'll come back and see what the outcome is.